Good morning, everyone. My name is Paul K. Lemire. This is Your City, Your Voice. Thank you for tuning into the show on this finally Friday. Once again, up to snow. This is like Groundhog Day. Every day is the same. Get up, shovel the walk, do all that kinds of crap. Just gonna reach over here and grab something I need, and that's that. That's that. Every every Thursday, and now it's running over into Friday, which is just crazy. But whenever you see me here, um, with my gnome, see, this is my gnome here. My wife says it looks like me, and my flowers and my rat. See, this is the rat right here. A lot of rats around. We'll put them right here up front and center. And of course, look who just walked in. Sylvester, my cat. Okay, we're ready to go here. Come over here, Sylvester. Look at the audience. Look at that. There you go. Thanks for tuning in. No radio show, of course, today, because I didn't go in the studio. And what do we got going on today for Finally Friday? Well, we got lots to talk about. I mean, we talked about the weather. It's crappy out there, 20 degrees. And it's just more snow and more snow. I've never seen the banks so high around here for years and years. And it's just because we get the snow and it doesn't go away. It sticks around because of the cold weather. It's insane. It's insane. So what else we got here? Well, we're going to get into the higher temperatures. I think Monday or Tuesday we're going to get up maybe into the 30s, low 30s, and then eventually we're going to get into the 40s in about a week or so. So cross your fingers. March 1st is my summer. That's when it officially starts for me. So they better cooperate with some weather. But I'm going to tell you, it's snowing again out there right now. This ain't going away for a while. Let me put it that way. There's a lot of snow piled up on the ground that isn't going anywhere. I got drifts 8 feet tall here, mountains of it. Okay, so let's get to my sponsors first. Wild Bill's Auto Repair and Body Shop, Pete's Pizza on Victoria Avenue, and Hamill Machine Company. Now, we look out here again, more snow. You know what? They haven't plowed our street yet. The odds of you getting stuck are great. We haven't seen a plow at all. So you don't want to break down. You don't want your car to break down. You don't want to be stuck out this weather. So you take your car to Wild Bill's Auto Repair and Body Shop. Ken Hunter, he's going to put your car on his equipment, his diagnostic equipment. Look for error codes, fix all those error codes, make sure you're running smooth for the rest of whatever's left of winter here. We're getting out of it. But right after that, you got to take your car in for your summer checkup to make sure it runs good all summer. Anyway, get it in there. Let them check out your car. Make sure it's safe to drive. Make sure everything's running top notch so you don't have to break down and fool around with it. If you get in a wreck in this kind of weather, because the roads are slick out there, yeah, they're slick. He has a full body shop to take care of that as well. Who'll get your car in and get it out in showroom condition. That's what you want. Wild Bill's Auto Repair and Body Shop on Oakwood Drive next to the Kia dealership. Go check it out. See it? WildBillsAuto.ca. Make an appointment. Tell them Paul from Your City, Your Voice sent you. And while I'm at it, make sure that you hit the subscribe button. Smash that button down here. Give us a thumbs up, thumbs down. Give us some comments, whatever you like. And speaking of comments, I will get to them on Tuesday. Now, you got to remember, Monday is City Council meeting day, so Wheels will probably be in here, and we'll be talking about the City Council meeting, which is really always fun, and what they're going to do and what they're up to. So that would be fantastic. If you would leave a comment, and then I can comment on your comment on Tuesday. But it won't be Monday. We need the time for the City Council agenda review. Okay, that's assuming the weather holds up and I'm not doing it from the studios of Video Sign Incorporated like I am today. Now, I guess I would be remiss if I didn't mention the big win for Canada over the USA last night in Boston. It appears our sovereignty will remain intact for another few years. I mean, wasn't that what the game was all about? Whether we become the 51st state or not? No, it wasn't. Of course, Trudeau had to make a comment. You can't take our country and you can't take our game. Oh my God, these guys are so butthurt by Trump. I just can't. They got TDS so bad, it's unbelievable. Nobody's taking anything. Relax, relax. What are you looking for to get reelected? You're not getting reelected. Everybody's had enough of you, no matter how big of a patriot you appear to be now, after you've given billions of our dollars away to everybody else and forgot about Canadians. Now all of a sudden you're a patriot. Get out of here. Here, I don't give a rat's what he says. This guy. Um, the reality is, listen, the U.S. really wanted this country. They just take it. That would be it. Who's going to stop them? You and your two-man army? Get out of here. Better to just congratulate Trump on his great try at beating Canada, and we'll see you again at the next thing. Instead of poking the bear like I just can't resist giving it, and like there's some big shots. Trump couldn't make the game because he had to address the governors, and he invited the governor of Canada, Trudeau, to attend, but Trudeau declined. To be honest, I didn't see the winning goal last night. I didn't see it. I fell asleep. I don't know why they started at 8. By 11 o'clock, I get up at 5 in the morning, 4:35, write the show, do the show, go out yesterday, shovel, snowblow, and do everything. By 11 o'clock, I'm done. I fell asleep. And I really never watched any of the games anyway. To me, it's just a fugazi tournament. But I tell you one thing, it probably drew ratings way higher than the lame All-Star game they've been playing over the years, especially with the USA and Canada playing it off and all the controversy now over 51st state and that. So congratulations to Canada for the win. Congrats to Connor McDavid for scoring the winning goal. Who else? I mean, the best hockey player in the world right now. And Nathan McKinnon, he was the MVP of the series and bringing home the gold. I guess they get gold, do they? Gold medal for the 51st state. Now, if that doesn't get Canadians mad, calling him the 51st state, nothing will. Congratulations. And way to go. Way to go. Way to go. Way to go. Beautiful. Okay. And like I say, there was like one comment or something. So I'm going to just bypass them for now and see if we get more comments on yesterday's show and today's show. And if we do, then I'll give them to you on Tuesday. Thanks for tuning in, everybody, and commenting if you do. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Now, before we get to the candidate, because I said I'm going to review all the candidates. Well, I've done Gates, Newesteg, Taylor, and all I have left now is the new Blue Party candidate, Gary Dumel. I believe that's how you pronounce it, Dumel. And the independent, Jody Burdett. And I spelled his name wrong. Somebody corrected me. Apologies for that. So before we get to Gary Dumel, let's say one thing. Diodaddy and the rest of the PC minions have to quit saying that having a rep for the party in power is so important. They're backing Ford. They endorse Ford, a lot of these mayors, saying that having a rep from the party in power is really, really important. And I always thought that. I sat here many times saying that it's so important that Niagara Falls votes for the person in the party in power. We get a rep from the party in power. But I've been reading a lot of stuff about that. Is that actually true or not? That's the question. Is it true? Do you need the guy who's the party in power to do things for your city? Well, I don't think you do anymore. We've seen most things we want delivered to Niagara, GO train service, the new hospital, and we've done that having an MPP that is not a member of the ruling party. As well, Stan Cho, the Minister of Tourism, has big plans for Niagara, including doubling the number of tourists visiting and developing the Niagara District Airport, as well expanding the QEW, twinning the Garden City Skyway, and other big investments in Niagara And that's during the time that we have an opposing party as MPP. So, how important is it to have a party of the ruling power? Well, in Niagara, it hasn't been. We have had a lot of things accomplished without having that. So, I'm looking at it going, geez, maybe I overestimated the value of having the party in power and and uh, and the MPP here with that party aligned. So I'm rethinking my position on that. And it's really, really getting tough for me because I don't believe that the candidate that they didn't nominate, there was no nomination or election, they just appointed somebody, is the right person for the job. So it even makes me swing more that way. And it doesn't mean I'm going to vote for another party. It just means that I'm not going to probably vote for PCs. I just can't do it. It's not in my moral fiber to vote against what I believe in and for somebody I don't have confidence in. In a great article and interview by Ray Spiteri of the Review with David Siegel, a retired Brock University political science professor, Siegel says that there's no real way to prove whether a riding is getting shortchanged by having an opposition MPP. Now, this guy, that's what he does. He teaches it. Political science professor. Why? Because if you were in power, you probably have the same incentive to provide funds to a riding that you would any otherwise. Especially if you didn't win that riding last time. So we look at Niagara Falls. Wayne Gates wins, but Ford's the PC premier. So Ford is dying to win this area, right? So he's going to funnel money down here and do things for Niagara. He goes and has that big announcement at Niagara District Airport, I believe it was, about the things they're going to do for Niagara, trying to win the vote here and take this riding. So regardless of whether we have an MPP that's aligned with the premier, he's going to want to win this riding, and he's going to do things for this riding either way. So that whole narrative that you have to have the MPP aligned with the prevailing power, I don't think it holds true. And that's what this gentleman said, and I agree with him. The truth is, whether you represent the government in power or the opposition, the role of an MPP is to fight for their community, know the local issues, and fight for a piece of the pie to resolve those issues, regardless of party politic. Now, my opinion was always, like I said, that you should have somebody representing the party as MPP, but that could be wrong. I could be wrong in that. That was what I always thought and what I heard so much about. But now that this David Siegel guy is talking, I'm going, yeah, like I don't think that these premiers disregard a riding, any riding. They want every riding they can get. And they do send stuff our way. I mean, we're getting the hospital. The tourism minister is trying to double tourism in the region. So, yeah, that doesn't hold true around here. And then the other variable, wild card, if you will, is the relationship between Jim Diodati and the premier. So I guess what I'm saying is um, that this concept that they're using to try to propel one candidate to victory, so they align with the premier, who everybody thinks is going to win, Ford's going to win this election, is a load of baloney. I think that everybody's just got to go out and vote for whoever they like, who they think has done a good job or could do a good job. And I don't think you're going to go wrong. Either way, we're going to get what we want. We're going to get things down here. The prevailing party, the PCs, understand what a jewel Niagara is and how much more it could bring to the province if they developed it, doubled up the tourism and that. I don't think there's any kind of argument there with any of them. And as long as you have somebody working for the community, because that's their real job, isn't it? Working for the community, then you're good to go. Now, if you have somebody that that knows the ropes in that, well, that's not bad neither. So I think that holding the MPP spot here in Niagara Falls, whether it's the prevailing party in power or not, I don't think it's relevant. I don't think it is. I think we're going to get things no matter what. Part of it has to do with just Ford wanting to capture this riding at some point. So we're going to do things here, like the hospital, like widening the QEW and all the things he promised. Plus, we have a mayor who is in good standing and really lines up with Ford and is one of Ford's favorite characters in Ontario. So there you go. Okay, that's just my opinion. Take it for what it's worth. I know everybody's going to argue with me, but from what I've looked at, that's basically the way it is. So let's talk about the new Blue Party candidate, Gary Dumelly. Gary Dumelly. Now, the new Blue Party is basically the old style Big C conservative party before they became the PCs, something the PCs used to be, but really lost their way and moved to the middle, and really they're liberal light, if you want to get down to it today. You know, Ford isn't a conservative by any means. He's a liberal light, blue liberals, if you will. Not quite to the right as far as liberals and NDP. I mean, they're radical right, left wing liberals, but these PCs have moved to the center. We would call them liberals back in the 60s and 70s. We wouldn't call them conservatives because conservatives were way right at what they are, where they are today. The PCs, right? So let's take a look at this party, the new Blue Party. I searched long and hard to find out something about the new Blue Party, but also information about Gary Dumelly. I want to get that pronunciation right. He ran for the party the last election in 2022, and I found some information that is 3 years old, but I really didn't find a lot of current information about him. There was no information on him really in the New Blue Party website. It just said he was the rep for this area. I haven't got any flyers or any kind of a mail out or anything that says what he's all about. So I started searching around, and this kind of falls in line with other candidates like Celia Taylor. I never saw a card for her. And who else did I talk about? The Green Party. Oh, the NDP was Gates. Oh, and the Liberals. I never saw anything from Shafoli Kapoor. So I kept searching, and I did find a video that he did. I'm being interviewed by a gentleman, and it was a pretty good video. But to be honest with you, he did give his own opinions on things. He didn't just repeat the party line, which is good because that's all we're seeing from a lot of them. But I did like the first line in their "Who Are We" page under Renew Accountability and Restore Meritocracy. Yeah, that's something I've been saying for a long time. They have to be accountable to the people, and a meritocracy should be in place. Not DEI. They want to get rid of race theory, gender identity theory, and all DEI initiatives from government, including in healthcare and education. Okay, so far so good. I agree. And I kept going through it, and there's a lot of things I agreed with. And these are big C conservative values, fiscal responsibility, stemming immigration. We don't want unbridled immigration. We'd like to see lower taxes, everything that the big C conservatives want. You can read the rest of their platform, and they really do call Ford a left-wing ideologue, determined to leave Ontario woke and broke. And they aren't far off, are they? I mean, we are $400 billion in debt, so yeah, they're not far off. Now, Gary himself is married, retired, lives in Ridgeway. Other than that, I didn't find a real lot of information about him. There's a YouTube video, like I said, an interview with Gary The Truth Table, episode 52, if you want to look it up. The Truth Table, episode number 52. I watched it, and he appears to be well spoken and well spoken, and knows his party's platform. He's a big proponent of getting people out to vote. He says the New Blue Party principles are based on the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms. Kind of sounding like our guy down south there. He participated in forming the New Blue platform, like most of them did, the candidates. He believes the tariffs are not going to hurt Trump, but they will hurt Canadians. And the idea of pulling liquor off the shelf as threatened by Ford is a joke. Well, that's a total joke. So at least he's talking about what he believes and what his party believes. He says Gates is a socialist and aligns with Jagmeet Singh, and his beliefs are not working for Niagara Falls riding or the country. Okay, I can dig it. He does have opinions, without a doubt, so he isn't afraid to come out and speak his mind. He appears to me to be a common sense candidate, if you will. I mean, if you're interested in big C conservative values, you have to watch the video I mentioned, and this candidate and party may be your pick. I know he says a lot of things that I agree with that I kind of believe in. So, and he reminds me of the platform of kind of like the PPC, the Purple Party, Max Bernier's party, People's Party of Canada, to be honest with you. They're kind of in the same vein as the New Blue Party in Ontario. So that's interesting that they did that. So I think that if you were to check out the Truth Table episode 52 with Paul Everton, you would probably be pretty aligned with Gary Dumelli as far as his common sense approach to the economy and just politics in general go. If that's what you're looking for. And my advice is always read up on the candidates and get out and vote for the person that represents your views and your values. You cannot go wrong voting for a like-minded candidate. So are they going to win? Does the New Blue have a chance of winning? Probably not. I don't see them having the funding to get out there and really hammer it. I think it's a two-man race no matter who's in it. But I believe he's going to get some of the conservative vote. I really do. I think he is, because if I had to choose between him and the PC candidate, it would be him hands down. It would be him hands down between him and the candidate we have right now. So that's that. Like I say, you have to check it out for yourself because I didn't see any flyers. If I do get one, I'll mention it on air, but I haven't seen one for Shafoli, Kapoor, Celia Taylor, or Gary Dumelli. If I see one, I'll show it to you so you can look for it. I haven't seen them yet. So you're just gonna have to do your own independent research and find out more about the candidates. Now, next up will be Jody Burdett. Excuse me, the independent candidate. And I know a little bit more about Jody because he's been on my show a few times. We see him at City Council every week, so I should be able to give you a little bit more comment on what he is all about. So let's move on to my second sponsor, Pete's Pizza on Victoria Avenue. And you know I love pizza. And you know I love good pizza because I'm a little bit of a snob. So when Mike called me up to sponsor the show, I said, well, Mike, hate to tell you this, but if I don't like your pizza, you can't sponsor the show. It's got to be here. I got to have it in my heart. I got to like your pizza. Sent Liz down to get a pizza incognito. Undercover had it. It was fantastic. It was fantastic. And I don't say that about a lot of pizzas in town. It was very good. They used the Mancini family recipe. They've been in the business 40 years in the Niagara region with Pete's Pizzas. And they use that family recipe for the sauce, for the crust. Cornmeal on the crust. A1, number one pizza. And at the end of the day, you're going to have a great pizza. He knows how to mix the ingredients, uses fresh ingredients, Saputo mozzarella mixed with brick cheese. Excuse me, I got a hum and I don't have my water here. So he knows how to make a pizza and he knows how to blend the sauce and the cheese in the right ratios. So at the end of the day, you're going to get a great pizza. But they're not a one trick pony. They have wings, steak and cheese poutine, regular poutine, panzerotti. They make a lot of different items. Their menu is a fold out, two sides, tons of things. You're going to find something there you like if you're not a big pizza fan. Pete's Pizza, Victoria Avenue, one stop, open till 2 in the morning on Friday and Saturday for your convenience. How can you go wrong with a great pizza? It's my favorite food. 905-374-2222 to order, or you can go to their website, petespizzavictoria.ca and order, or they use the other Skip and Dash and all the other stuff. Either way, get down there, support our sponsors, have a great pizza, tell them Paul from Your City, Your Voice sent you, and support our sponsors because they support the show. Thank you very much. Okay, so how about this for a motion at City Council? How about this? I'm going to make some suggestions. I said I would today. Give you some suggestions of what I'd like to see. How about this? We know we have a severe shortage of doctors in Niagara Falls, in Niagara region for that matter, right? Now, I talked about Aurelia thinking out of the box and hiring doctors. No, not bringing them in and paying them 50 or 100,000 bucks to come to town and open a business. Actually hiring them. The city hires and pays them. That's their idea. So why can't we do that? Get a building, set it all up with offices, doctors' offices, with the equipment they usually need, a table and a computer and some chairs, whatever they need, whatever you see in your doctor's office if you go to the doctor. Set up like 10 offices like that. It might cost you what, 50 grand each? I don't know what it costs. Right? What's a computer? A couple grand for a computer, some programming, some software so they can see your stuff and link it with all the other health stuff. A table, examination table, a couple chairs. What else do they have? Thermometer, scale, tongue depressor. I mean, the stuff they usually have you see in your doctor's office. Set it all up. And then the doctor just has to come in and open his business, hang out his shingle. There's no expenses, nothing. Even the administration will be taken care of by the city. So what happens is he goes, he sees patients, keeps track of them like usual. They get submitted to OHIP, hospitalization, and the checks come to the city. That's it. Simple. They work for the city. Checks come to the city. We take them and we pay the expenses, pay the guy a salary so he doesn't have to worry about it. Now, doing that works right in with them because they're not trained in business. So it's rather daunting for a guy to come out of med school, all ready to go. He's ready to go. Then he's got to find a building and he's got to open an office and he's got to get equipment. He's got to do all this stuff and it's overwhelming. This isn't what he does. He takes care of people, takes care of health issues. He's not a businessman. This would take that right off the table and give him a decent salary. Now, do you think any doctors would say no to that? I mean, the biggest part of these doctors is trying to open up a business, setting out a thing, get their name out there, getting clients and everything else. It's a nightmare for them, most of them. They're not ready for that. This takes all that stress off their plate and they can do what they do best. And that's see 20 clients a day or whatever, right? This is fantastic. This is fantastic. I mean, we're already setting aside $50,000 we give to doctors to open a business. So I think last year we put aside $500,000. And I think it was up this year. I got to go back in the minutes of the meetings, but I think they might have upped it to $1 million because we can't get doctors. Welland's managed to attract 10 or 12. We attracted 2 last year. We're woefully short. What about thinking out of the box? Well, no, actually throwing the box away and starting a new box. And this isn't a unique idea from Aurelia. John Ringo Beam talked about this on my show a year ago, maybe more, that this is what they should be doing. I don't know if he came up with the idea or read it somewhere, but that's the first I heard of it was from John Ringo Beam, who's always got great ideas, by the way. So now, where would we put this medical center? Let's see. Wayne Thompson building is full. We can't put it at the McBain Center or Gale Center. No. So where would you? Hey, I just remembered a $17 million building in town, brand new, that isn't being used. It's called the Exchange. It's already set up. All we have to do is add medical. The Medical Exchange. It's got parking. It can be converted to doctor's offices like this. It's not being used. Hey, this is what we're going to get. This is how we're going to get our $17 million back. Right? That's it. The Medical Exchange in the heart of the city, up on Main Street, perfect place for it, by the hospital, perfect place for it. Redo everything in there to put offices in. You could put, I don't know, that's a big building. You might be able to put 20, 30 offices and open them up, put them up for doctors to come in at no charge. You come on in, we'll set it up, and you got a 5-year gig you're signing up for, and we're going to pay you a salary. And if you want to renew after, that's fine. And it takes all the worry away from them. They start setting them up. Instead of giving them 50 grand, they put 15 grand into the place, and then we get all the funds from OHIP to offset the costs. It's a no-brainer. We need doctors. This is a way to get lots of doctors. You build it and they will come. And the good thing is we don't have to put in a new building. We don't have to find a building. It's already there. A use for a $17 million bust. Oh, if we fill that up, we fill that one up, guess what? What about the Victoria Avenue Library? That'd be a fantastic place to have a clinic. The Victoria Avenue Medical Center. And in 2029, guess what's going to be open up? We don't know what to do with. Yeah, the hospital. In the back end of the hospital, there's a row of offices and everything across the back there already. It used to be the old nurses' residence. We could line them up right in there and put offices in there. So when we fill the exchange up, the medical exchange up, and the library up, we got the old hospital. And there's already offices there, doctor's offices, therapy in there. There's a lot of doctor's offices. So that's perfect. I love it. I love it. John Ringo Beam, you're a genius. And Aurelia, you're thinking out of the box. You want this, and this is going to be a winner for them. I know it. And I wish the counselor from our city council would bring this up. Bring it to the table. Cure this shortage. Stay tuned. You're going to be a hero. Whoever comes up with this is going to be mayor. I would say that anybody running for mayor should promise this. This would be one of their tenets. This would be a main thing they're going to do. This is going to be something they're going to open up. And if you're running for mayor, oh boy, there's lots of great ideas out there. Lots of them. And I'm going to say more later on. But this is an idea. What about you out there in video land? Am I nuts? Do you think this would work? Leave some comments. Come on. We're short of doctors. This is a way to cure the problem. What are we waiting for? Bring it as a motion. Pass the motion and get on it right away. Take half that exchange that they're not using anyway and start turning it into doctors' offices. They got parking. They got everything right up on Main Street. It's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. Come on. Let's get with it. Speaking of medical stuff, I was reading about a measles scare now. is this another scam on the way or what? Or is this serious business? I mean, most people in Canada are vaccinated against measles. We were vaccinated as kids to the point where they were considered eradicated in Canada in 1998. That's 30 years ago. We got rid of it. No more measles in Canada. And the United States was the same way. I think in 2000, they declared it eradicated. Now, the medical people are on they're vaccination crazy. They want to vaccinate for everything. So now they found a few cases in New Mexico and Texas, and in Canada, Norfolk County. So they're starting to warn everybody about a possible outbreak. And measles are pretty bad. They're pretty bad. They're very contagious. You can get it through breathing, right? That's how the virus is transmitted, breathing in contact, that kind of thing. And it's not fun. Highly contagious, spread through the air when an infected person breathes, coughs, or sneezes, can cause severe disease complication and even death. Measles is most common in children. That's right. We were all kids. We got measles. Tommy's got the measles. Stay away from him. Oh, you break it out in like a red rash, little bumps. I mean, most people my age probably had them as a kid if they had them at all, and they got vaccinated and they never got them. So if you were born before 1970, you're probably immune to them anyway, either by natural immunity, you had them, or by a vaccination. Symptoms may include fever, tiredness, severe cough, red eyes, runny nose, and white spots in your mouth. Never knew that. Forgot the symptoms of it. And people who have had measles before are very, very, very unlikely to get them again. So, like I say, if you were born before 1970, you were probably exposed to them and you have a natural immunity. That's probably me. I never had measles. I don't remember mumps. I don't remember chicken pox. Never got that stuff. So, personally, though, I wouldn't worry too much about it. It's out there. So, if you see some of the symptoms in that, check yourself out, get yourself checked. But I mean, they're going to lay this vaccination thing on you. Flu shot, another COVID booster. No. Don't do that. Measles and whatever else, bird flu. They got so many things coming down the pipe. They're always trying to get you to take stuff and get vaccinated. And if you ever see a vaccination come out and the companies that brought out the vaccination won't take responsibility or liability, run, Forrest, run. Believe me. So let's get to my third sponsor, and that would be my good friends at Hamel Machine Company. And they've been around since 1948, Hamel, and I never realized what they do. A machine shop, they machine parts, make parts, take care of industry when industry needs something and they need a machine shop to do it. They don't want to be sending to Germany and waiting for a part for 6 weeks and shutting everything down. So they go to a machine shop and say, hey, can you fix this? Can you make this? Can you machine this so that it works again? Well, guess what? Hamel's a lot more than that. These guys are innovators. They're inventors. They take a problem with any industry and they solve it. And they build equipment that can solve their problems and save them time, save them money. They went into the agricultural business and they invented machines that could harvest hydroponics. And it saves so much time. They're shipping these all over the world. Hamel is not just a little Niagara Falls company, but you know what? They are a hometown company, and they treat you like that. You want back gates for your house, across your backyard? They can design them. They can fabricate them. Get them powder coated for you. Help you install them if you're really nice. I'm sure they will. They're great people. But even to a little machine part, even to something you break around the house, a metal part, and you can't fix it, they'll weld it for you, clean it all up, make sure it works. Patch your lawnmower deck if you blow a rock out of the side of it. It doesn't matter. They can fix almost anything. They also do water jet cutting, and they have a 3D printer, and they have the IT people and the engineers and the designers to be able to create a program to make whatever you need. Oh yeah, they take care of everything. From big industry like wineries, they make all the racks for their barrels and that for their showrooms or tasting rooms, right down to the little home guy who breaks something and needs it fixed. Hamill Machine Company, 1948. They've been around doing great for the city of Niagara Falls, industry and residents alike. HamillMachine.ca is their website. Go check it out. See what they do. They do some phenomenal stuff. And if you need anything taken care of, give them a call. HamillMachine.ca is what you go to view the things that they've done. Tell them Paul from Your City, Your Voice sent you. Don't sit there looking at the thing saying, what am I going to do? Take it there. They're going to fix it for you. Guaranteed. Thank you very much for supporting our sponsors. They support the show. They support the city. And also, don't forget to subscribe. Do I keep saying that? Well, that's because it's important. The more people who subscribe, the more this video gets out, the more people watch it. And we want people aware. So the next election, we don't get a 27% turnout. We want more people out. We want more people voting, more people involved, more people aware. It bodes well for all of us. It bodes well for all of us. Know what your tax dollars are being spent on. Watch the videos, and I'll tell you. Okay, so Canadians are ready for war. 27% of Canadians feel that the U.S. is an enemy. They think the U.S. is our enemy. 27%. That's as many people as voted in Niagara Falls last election. 27% of Canadians, 35 million. I mean, that's a lot of people who believe that the United States is our enemy. These people cahoots, and 70% support retaliatory tariffs on the U.S. Oh my goodness. There's some astounding numbers right there. Aren't we the nation of peacekeepers and getting along? One of the nicest countries in the world with the nicest people. Apparently not. Apparently not. Now, President Trump, always the gentleman, he couldn't attend last night's hockey game because of having a meeting with the U.S. governors and was generous enough to invite Governor Trudeau, governor of the 51st state of Canada, to attend. Now, if that doesn't make Canadian heads explode, nothing will. I'm going to get emails on this one. I'm going to tell you that right now. Seriously. Do Canadians have any sense of humor at all? President Trump is busting Canada's balls so bad that people don't get it. Oh, yeah, he will put tariffs on. He's not joking around about that. But getting upset, calling the U.S. the enemy, and just plays into Trump's hands, threatening with retaliatory tariffs and bravado. That's crazy. But there it is. There it is. I don't think there's anybody in Canada that understands what Trump wants and can deliver it to them. Everybody gets too butthurt by Trump. They have TDS, anything he says, they hate Cheeto Man, all the different things they call him. Southern psychopath. The only one who seems to get it is Danielle Smith. But Ford and Trudeau, not so much. Not so much. Ford and Trudeau, these two clowns, they seem to think standing up to him will make him back down. Well, that's not going to happen. But they've convinced 70% of the Canadians to agree. Then again, they convinced 90% that vaccinations are okay. So there's that. Canadians are easily swayed into believing these goofballs. Let me put it that way. Time will tell if that figure holds true. And if finally they figure it out, these guys, before the tariffs are dropped on Canadian goods, I don't think the doom and gloom of tariffs, either way, are justified in Canada, especially when Yanks are already getting a favorable exchange rate at like 45%. Go by American money. I bought some, 44% I paid. So our goods are still going to flow with a nice discount like that, regardless of the tariffs. Even 25% tariff still leaves them in the good 20%. What remains to be seen, though, is how Canadian tariffs will affect Canadians. And if the Buy Canadian is adopted here, will the U.S. adopt Buy U.S.? And that would be a game changer for Canada when 350 million people boycott Canadian goods. Chew on that one for a minute. Either way, my thing is, it's better to be friends and get along. It's better for business. Trump's a businessman. He likes to see things happen that are good for business. His business, remember, is not the hotels and all that anymore. It's the USA. It's the United States of America. Make America great again, and the people of the United States. So that's his business. So if you want to get along and you want to do great things for Canada, we are way better off dealing with Trump on that level, on a business level, and making sense of it all for him than to push him. You know, Trump, you punch him, he punches back twice as much and twice as hard. You really don't want to be doing that. That's where we need smart leadership. but telling him like Trudeau did, what do you tell him? Canada's not for sale, neither is our hockey. You're not taking Canada, you're not beating us. I mean, you know, that's just crazy nonsense. That's just not a craziness. That's Trump. You know, all these guys criticize Trump for being like that. And then what do? They act exactly like him. There's Trump, he's a big bad tariffs. So what do? They're going to put tariffs on. They do exactly the same thing he said he was going to do. They're parrots. They're mimics. They're apes. Seriously, you criticize Trump for being like that, and then you do the same thing. He gets mad, and then you get mad. Listen, say, okay, Donald, whatever. Now we're going to fix this all up. We'll come back and talk to you about it. We'll get it all right. We're both going to make a lot of money out of this. You're going to be okay. Just relax. Oh, so that's the way I'd handle it anyway. These guys don't understand. And Danielle Smith's handling it like that. She goes, no, we're not putting tariffs on that. We want to make deals so we can sell our stuff down there and everything's going to be all right. She's got it. She's smart. So Elon Musk is now asking the President Trump, to consider a DOGE dividend to the taxpayers of the U.S. Woo, imagine that. That's right. He says he saved $100 million, or 100 billion with a B, billion dollars, and wants President Trump to declare a DOGE dividend to the people, which will work out to about a nice $600 check to everyone. Now, how nice is that? A government that is going to give money back. They're going to quit spending money, quit wasting money, and then give it back to the people. Okay, $600 isn't a king's ransom, but somebody dropped $600 in my pocket, I wouldn't be crying about it, I'll tell you that. And from the government, this is unheard of, uncharted territory for most countries. Now, if he finds more, this could be a regular thing. And Trump even wants to eliminate income tax altogether. How about that? A DOGE dividend. We're out there, we're finding wasted money, we're saving money by getting rid of 75,000 people and all the other nonsense. And you know what, people? We're giving your money back. We're giving it back to you. Now, I keep saying this about Niagara Falls. Listen, you're shoveling the sidewalks. You're salting the sidewalks, taking care of it for us, the city. You're going to find a nice $50 deduction from your tax bill, your property tax bill next year. That's right. Q4 in 2025, Q4, we're going to give you a $50 credit on your tax bill automatically. And that'll help you to pay for salt, to keep the driveway salted, and for your time out there cleaning it for us. How nice would that be? How nice would that be? What's it going to cost? Figure it out. I don't know how many homes to pay taxes. It's $1 million. What is it? Is there 20,000 homes in Niagara Falls pay taxes? Whatever. If you shovel the sidewalk for them in front of your house, now you got to figure 2/3 of the city get their sidewalks plowed. So we're only talking a third. And I think Lori said this on the show when she was on a few weeks ago. I love it. You think any city councilor is going to get up and make this motion? Hate to be negative, but I don't think so. But I think it's a great idea. Come on. Somebody do something for the taxpayers every once in a while. Instead of giving us a 23% raise over the last 4 years, why not give us a little credit? And while you're at it, put a parking pass in our tax bill when they come. Nice little pass that allows us to park on the city streets for a couple hours when we go downtown or wherever we go as a reward for putting up with 13 million people in the city every year, 5,000 refugees using all our services and everything, and the rest of the stuff that we put up as a tourist town. Come on, son of a gun. Give us a break. What's it cost you? What's it cost you? I'm going to go through a list here in a minute. You'll see that $1 million, even if it is to give us a $50 each break, which won't be that much, probably half that, maybe even less. What about it? DOGE dividend, Niagara Falls dividend. Thank you. A thank you dividend. $50 off your bill. Don't even give us the cash. Just take it off our tax bill. Everybody would love that. On the confirmation front down in the United States, Kash Patel was confirmed as the new director of the FBI. And now things are going to get serious in the U.S. This, I believe, is the final person to be confirmed in all of Trump's cabinet picks. I think they've all been confirmed now. This was the last guy. His cabinet is done and ready to roll. And if you think the first 4 weeks of his term have been historic, just sit back and watch how real government works. And Kash Patel is going to go after all these criminal people and all the stuff that they did. There's no more fooling around. Justice Department, Intelligence Agency. We had Pam Bondi and Tulsi Gabbard and Kash Patel. Oh, yeah. It's getting good. It's getting good. I can't wait. Every time I turn on the TV, I got a bigger smile on my face. And I just hope it trickles into Canada and we start doing the same kind of stuff. And, tell me again why we don't need DOGE in this country doing deep dives into wasteful spending and cronyism. Tell me again why we don't need a DOGE in the province, in the region, and in the city. The time has come for these spendthrifts to be taken to task and stop the insanity. In the city, we can do the same. How about this? Let's save some money. Stop the $17 million NST trail immediately. Somebody please stand up and say no. Immediately cut the $700,000 to the innovation hub. Somebody stand up and say no. Immediately cut the 18% for the casino patrol. Last year, it's going to be about $3.6 million. For the Niagara Regional Police for their casino patrol, which are already patrolling the city. $213 million in their budget. Somebody's got to cut this off right away. Now, on May 28th of 2024, in the council meeting, Lori Lococo made a motion to look into this. And this 18% was a deal that Jason Burgess made. She wanted to look into this expenditure and stop it if possible. A report was supposed to be forthcoming. We haven't seen anything yet. And I asked her if she's seen anything. She said no. So what about that 18%? Come on, let's roll. Come on, let's go. I'm saving money every minute here. Stop the $350,000 wasteful spending on non-essential items like a $25,000 concrete ping pong table and all that other list of junk. No, we're not spending it. Somebody stand up and say no. Convert the exchange into a useful entity, like a medical center owned and operated by the city. I already talked about that. Let's go. Let's get the doctors we need. Forget about this other 17 million, this other crap. We got to stop that. And what's that? 17 million, 20 million, 21 million. Right there is about 21 million bucks saved. Another 350,000, so 21.3. Let's stop that. Somebody say no and reduce city staff by 30 to 50%. We do not need all these people down there. Hired 57 people over the last 2 years for what? Can anybody justify this other than the Penguin? No, come on. They got to go. They got to go. And we have to deep dive our biggest department. Somebody's got to stand up and finally say this. Jason Burgess tried, but they just won't let him. The fire department, we can find $5 million of savings through hiring and shift changes. There's $30 million close to it right there, just by doing those 5 or 6 things. Yeah, I figure 5 million savings through hiring and shift changes, 24-hour shifts to 12-hour shifts, and really do a deep dive on exactly the personnel we need at the fire department, including using volunteer firefighters as well. Now, do you out there in Videoland think any of the above recommendations are impossible? Do you think they're impossible to do? Think again. We can save enough money in this city to never have to raise taxes again, and even give a tax rebate every year. Give us 3 or 5% back. If we had a DOGE, somebody looking into this, we need that to be done right away. Take your lead from the United States and Elon Musk. There's so much waste in government, it'll make you cry when you see where your money's going. I had the list yesterday about the stuff that Trudeau's spending on. It's not only, I don't know if it's illegal or not, but it's a crime. It's a crime to see homeless people walk around the city while people live in these high-rise hotels, luxury hotels, and get free medical and everything. And that's another part of this. But it's not the city can't do anything about it, but the feds have to send back the 1.2 million that are here on visas that have run out, the 50,000 that are here on student visas who never attended a class. It's all a scam. The diploma mills like down on Queen Street, yeah. It's time. How can the city not be behind this? How can the taxpayers not be behind this? I don't get it. I don't get it yet that it's allowed to go on time after time and we elect the same people who are creating the problems. Do you really expect the people who create the problems to fix them? Come on. And then we get these stooges that go down there and they just put their hand up and vote everything that Dear Daddy votes anyway. Don't question nothing. Don't come up with any ideas. Just sit there like Captain Dunsel's collecting a check and never doing anything for you. I'm serious. We need new people bad. We need new people bad. We need a new way of doing things. We need a DOGE. We got to find somebody to go in there and clean house. And it's got to be a third party because these guys will never do it. We've been watching them for how many years and they haven't done anything about it. Our taxes went up 23%. Now, once has anybody stood up and said zero, except Lori Lococo. She's the only one that would like to at least give it a shot at reducing taxes. The others, oh, I'm going to save $50,000 on the fire department's $30 million budget. Get the hell out of here. You're fired. I don't know what to tell you. It's Friday. I don't want to get too wound up. I got stuff to do. Anyway, give me your comments. Give me your opinion. If I'm crazy, tell me I'm crazy. But if you don't think we can save money, I would say you're very, very wrong. This isn't impossible. You have to have the will to do it. It's time, ladies and gentlemen, to take this city back. And we need the right people to do it. If I was 40, I'd run for mayor. I'll tell you that right now. And I'd be yelling and screaming about everything. We need somebody to get out there and yell and scream. Wreak havoc. Get elected. Run a great campaign. We don't have anybody running against your daddy. Run a great campaign. Oh, it's going to be tough, and he's going to come after you. You look what he did to Kim Crater. Oh, no doubt about it. But you got to be better. You got to be better than him. We need somebody better who could take him and rip him apart for what he's done or hasn't done. Either way. Anyway, forget about it. I'm just ranting on a Friday, but hey, I'll tell you, I hope somebody out there picks up on it. Come on, let's go. You think we got a long time? We got a year and a half to the next election. It's not that far away. A year from now, we'll be looking at candidates putting in their nomination papers and getting signed in. Not that far away. Some have already said they're going to run. So let's get it with it. Come on, let's get with it. Anyway, I'm out of here. That's the end of my show. And on Monday, we are going to get, I'm hoping Dave Wheeler replies to me. He hasn't replied yet. He's coming in on Monday due to the City Council agenda review. That's on Monday. The meeting is on Tuesday of course, for the public at 4:00. Got to watch that. But we'll be taking a look at the agenda on Monday and telling you what it's all about and what our thoughts are about what's going on. And then Tuesday, I'm going to get into viewer comments. So leave comments. Come on, leave comments about stuff I've talked about. Your opinions, I love them. You may have some great ideas as well. Leave comments. We'll get to them on Tuesday. And of course, anything that happens over the weekend and that kind of thing. So have a great day, everybody. I'll talk to you on Monday. God bless you all. My name is Paul Kalamir. This is Your City, Your Voice, coming to you live from the studios of 4680Q. But when you get this, it won't be live, but it'll be on YouTube by 1:00, somewhere around there. Have a great day. Take care. See you Monday with City Council Review and Dave Wheeler. Ciao, ciao. For now, God bless you all.